This dog suddenly realized that its owner was about to say no more, and just then the owner came to the ball and a place far away from the dog. Ran to pick it up for the owner's daily routine, then took the opportunity to fly the plane and leave here. The dog quickly chased after it was discovered. Followed, but the owner completely did not care. Finally, the plane also flew into the sky. Is its poor expression very similar to the emoticon? The fourth contact on the next day's phone must have seen a familiar figure, but the man had directly boarded the bus that transited the bus. Was running in front of the dog, then chased after it, chased it to the door of the airport. The dog again discovered that silhouette. But when talking about going to chase, the airport security staff chased it and must have been scared and rushed to run away. Following it, the dog discovered the entrance, then he turned his head to get into the boat compartment and easily escaped from the airport security staff when he discovered. Figure out the figure of that man. It rushed to the side of the man, but this person was not its owner. Rushed to the side of the man, but this person was not its owner. Showed a disappointed face and sad and like that every day we hang out at this airport waiting for our owner to come back. At this time security staff need to follow the net and multiple teams. Image to capture the dog in an emergency. 1+ value is to stop the security officers from the dog so that he can take the opportunity to escape from the staff. The security continued to chase after us, so we quickly ran away to the house of a repairman, fortunately a repairman. A person who loves dogs very much, so he helped him trick the security officer. The dog, under the arrangement of the repair worker, stayed and lived in the area near the yard. Flying at night, the famous boy wanted to sneak into the plane to go to his mother's province, but the flight attendants did not stop him and spit out the hide button in the bottom of the machine. But the boy was diagnosed with tachycardia. The uncle looked in his direction, and his constant behavior caught the attention of the staff. Home security followed the dog and ran away together. Spewing out, quickly became friends with the dog this morning, even named it I Dream every day in public. Every day in public. Next to me, I dream with it. Airplane mode gives me a day of management. I have seen the owner's silhouette on the day of the airport, but this action of it ships. It was a bit of a problem with the plane. It was looking for its owner. Now the security team has rushed here. They are time for the dog to get inside. A bus that feeds the dog looks like a major mistake at a time when security officers are researching how to handle this trip. Took the button to open the door of the bus. The dog took this opportunity to escape. It turned out that he was the son of the captain after the captain had died. I can't find it now. Sleeping next to Farrell's grandfather. 4 children followed him home, but the son refused to follow his father, then his parents. Of the country is divorced, and I have always had my disagreements. One day the dog caused a ruckus at this airport. The captain did. I brought a professional dog catcher to run here, even though I went to Dar to export sim but still dreamed of disappearing after returning home. I had an argument. Angry with his skin, the boy wants to go alone to rescue the dog in another place 30 so they can go out. Place 30 so they can go out and fix the book and let go of all. Even the lost dogs brought here. The next day a plane landed. Opening seemingly inexplicably ran as fast as he could below to see if there was its owner. 20 father and son were touched by the loyalty of the Mo family. I have met reporters of newspapers, but when they record every story of my dream, it has attracted many people who love me to come here to visit. Visit and dream. This airport momentarily becomes a check-in airport of the online community. Time goes by every day, the dream is still sitting there waiting. But its owner still can't see it. See, other dogs all have owners and dream really admiringly. One day Nung fell ill. It did not eat or drink. Even the doctor did not know what disease he had. At this time the dog suddenly raised his head to the plan to produce a blurry figure looking at him. If you look closely, you will find out that its owner has returned. This dog has a similar disease. It saw its owner return but looked closely. It turned out that it was just an illusion, that it was raining heavily. The old man ran to eat, but the rain refused to go, so the family had to use a shirt. I put my coat on it. At the same time, I sent it via Viber and like that both man and dog together. Spending in the rain. The next day I went out. Being licked by the dog. Now 30 has considered the boy as his master and has not come out to dream of his home, but now the father of the nation. I received the phone call, so it was because we went back, and the next day I couldn't remember, but because of a dream, the boys still went together. The airport. When the plane door was opened, the uncle discovered a familiar figure. At the same time the man came to the dog. The man walked in front of him. Of the dog was very happy, repeatedly expressing his feelings. The son handed it over to the next man after the boy turned his back and went under. The father's tears were not so painful for his son. He wanted to buy the dog back from its owner, but the owner immediately refused. In fact, he also loved this dog very much. At that time when he went abroad, he needed to buy a plane ticket for the dog to go on a plane. When the flight attendant The dog's documents were requested to be presented at the begging of the flight attendant man, prepared for him to board the plane, but it was at this moment. When the chief officer heard about this, he directly denied the right to this dog. The man really had no other choice, so he decided to stay with the dog. Left here alone, just when this man got on the plane, my uncle didn't want to go anymore. It jerked to get out of the bondage and had to run towards. My son's son was caught by a security officer on a leash. The security officer separated the two and forced the dog to board the plane. From the dog's eyes, the man could see its psychology, so he slowly pulled the rope and the dog immediately ran out of the plane. He ran towards his master, spitting out, also ran towards the bomber. This is the end. Dog is a loyal friend of the Red Dao people.